So I was running a session last week with a group of final year students, just like you, and I asked them one simple question. How many of you know what salary to expect in your first job? And then goes silence. Then slowly they start asking questions instead of answers. And honestly, they were the same 4 questions I get asked in almost every single session I run. Ma'am, how do I even know what salary to ask for? What if I ask too high and they just reject me? Should I just accept whatever they offer? Or how do I even know if the offer I'm getting is fair? So, if you have ever asked any of these or just quietly thought them, this video is made for you. Hello everyone, I am Coach Sonabh Bhatt, a career and interview coach, and welcome back to my channel. Let's get started. So here's what nobody told you in the college. The company already knows what they are going to pay you. They have a budget, a range, a number sitting in spreadsheet somewhere in the HR department. And they are counting on the fact that you don't have yours. So the gap between what they know and what you don't, that's where freshers lose money. Most of the people think they lose money during the salary negotiation. No! But they lose money even before it starts. So today our goal is very simple. Research your numbers before you walk in. Make it so solid so that when they ask, and for sure they are going to ask you, you are ready. And here's how to do it. So the very first strategy is use platform and use it properly. See, what most students do, they go to Glassdoor or Ambition Box, type the job title and get a number and that's it. That's not a research. That's a guess with a website attached. Here's what you actually need to do. Filter by 3 things: your specific role, your city, and the size of the company. See, try to understand this. A marketing executive at a 15% startup in Pune is completely different salary conversation from the same title at a 1,000% company in Bangalore. We are talking about 30 to 40% difference, and that's very huge. See, find your number on at least 3 platforms and look for where they overlap. That overlap is your real market range. To use for this are Glassdoor, Ambition Box, LinkedIn Salary, Pay Scales, and if you are in tech, Levels.fyi is brilliant. And honestly, this is just 5 minutes of work. 5 minutes, that's it. But those 5 minutes can be the real difference between accepting 3 LPA and knowing that you worth 5 LPA. That's the real money we are talking about. So the second important point is read job description like a detective. And this is the most underused trick I know. Go to LinkedIn, Naukri or Indeed for your target role. See, a lot of companies, especially now, are posting salary ranges right there in the listing. Screenshot those and save them. But here's what it gets more interesting. Also look for roles one level above yours. If you want a junior data analyst, search for data analyst and senior data analyst postings too. Why? Because now you can see the full pay ladder. You know your starting point and now you know how fast it grows. You know, after knowing this, you can be a real negotiator. I always tell my students, read the full job description, not just the 3 lines. Everyone reads the title and the responsibilities and it stops there. The salary is usually lying on the bottom. Go check it because it's worth it. Third important point is use LinkedIn as a tool. Here's something I tell my students in every session and they always look a little surprised. Search for people who graduated 2 to 3 years before you. Same field, similar college, similar city. Look at their career progression and cross-reference with the title and the salary you already researched. You are basically building a career salary map of people who walked exact path you are about to walk. And now one more important thing. Check if your college gives you free LinkedIn Premium access because most universities do and almost nobody uses it. See, Premium gives you direct salary data filtered by experience and location. Go check with your college because seriously, this can change the complete game. See, what exactly we are doing in this step is we are basically having a senior mentor you have never met. You are learning from their journey without even having called them or meeting them personally. That's the beauty of LinkedIn, but if you use it right. The fourth important point, go where people are actually honest. Reddit and community forum. I know that sounds little informal, but stay with me. Subreddits like r/InYourJobs, r/CS push. People share real information here, real negotiation, real story. No corporate filter, no drama. Search Freshers Offer 2025 or Freshers Offer 2026. Place your feed. And you will find threads where students are openly speaking about, got this package, I negotiated it to this. So many information is over there. This is the honest word of mouth salary data that your seniors never sat down to give you. That's right there. So please go check and use it. Let's talk about the most important fifth point. Read the company's own signal. Every company tells you what they are willing to pay. If you know where to know. Check their Glassdoor reviews, specifically for comments about compensation. Read their funding news if it is a startup. A company that just raised a Series B has money to spend. A company that's been in news for layoff is going to negotiate hard. See, all these are small signals. Look at how long the role has been posted. If it's been sitting there for 2 or 3 months, that means they're struggling to find the right person. That's your leverage. You are not just researching a salary. You are researching their willingness to pay it. Big difference, and knowing this will create a huge difference in your salary negotiation game. And honestly, this whole step takes maybe 10 minutes of Google. That's it. But most freshers skip it completely and walk in blind. Don't be that person. Please don't be that person. Walk in knowing more about their situation than they expect you to. That changes the entire energy of the conversation. So now let me come back to those 4 questions. How do I know what salary to ask for? Now you do. You have got a data-backed range from 5 different sources. What if I ask too high and they reject me? You are not guessing anymore. You are quoting the market. That's not overconfidence. That's preparation. Should I just accept whatever they offer? Only if it falls within your research range. If it doesn't, you now have the data to push back respectfully and confidently. How do I even know if the offer is fair? Oh, this is simple. Because you did your homework before the room. You will immediately get to know that. And the most important thing, when they ask you the salary question, say this. Based on my research of current market rates for the city A, I'm targeting between X to Y. See, this one sentence changes everything about how they see you, because now you are not just randomly quoting a number. You are giving a number based on the real research and based on the real data. Look, sat across from hundreds of freshers in session, and the ones who do this research, they don't just get better offers, they walk in differently, they sit differently, and they speak differently because they know their worth, and that confidence, recruiter can feel it. So if this helped you, like this video. It genuinely helps me to reach more students who need it. And drop a comment below with your question. I read everyone and I might make a video specifically for you. Subscribe if you haven't. Next week we will be talking about something more serious to take your career to the next level.